Okay, yeah.
I gave her the option.
Whatever you want to do. Hey,
Whatever you want.
hop on it. We'll do it all at once. Okay, ready to get started. Welcome into the Notre Dame Fighting Irish press conference. Just before we get into the student athletes and the head coach and our questions, just a reminder to please silence your cell phones throughout the press conference. Say your name and media affiliation prior to asking your questions. Photographs are very much welcome, but no flash photography. If you're joining us on Zoom, just hit the raise your hand function. We'll get to you after we get to the questions in person, and then no recording of the press conference via your phone or camera. So with that, we welcome in student athletes, a couple of them in Hannah Hidalgo and Sonia Citron, as well as head coach Neil Ivey. And Coach, did you want to get us started with an opening statement to get things going?
Sure. Just excited for this tournament. Excited to get started tomorrow. Just being at home is such a huge blessing. Excited to see the fans. Excited to see women's basketball represented in South Bend community. Extremely excited for this team and this opportunity to compete.
Thank you, Coach. If we wouldn't mind just starting first with the questions just for the student athletes before we get to Coach Ivey as well. We can open up the floor.
Kurt Rowell, Associated Press. Sony, can you talk a little bit about being a senior leader? Do you talk much to your teammates about how to approach this, or is it like everybody's got to figure it out, I don't need to say anything?
Honestly, I don't think I need to say much. I think most of our team has been in this situation before, besides probably Kate, because she's a freshman, but we have a lot of upperclassmen that have been in these situations, and our underclassmen, I think they know what March Madness entails, so I think there's not really been a lot of discussion on like what we need to do besides just, hustle and give it your all, so I think everybody knows what their job is and what we're supposed to do, because it is March, so there hasn't really been, I haven't talked a lot about it at least, so.
Can you talk a little bit about what skills you have to have in order to kind of master a quick study of an opponent, since there's such a quick turnaround in tournament time?
I think it's all just mental focus. Like you said, we don't have a lot of time to practice for days. So I think it's just taking mental notes, focusing when we're watching film, doing mental reps in our head. But yeah, it just takes a lot of focus.
Hannah, can you talk a little bit about the challenge you face in this first game, what you know about them, and what you guys have to do to accomplish your goals?
Yeah, I think every team is going to be challenging. I think it's not taking any team for granted and focusing on the next game, taking it each day at a time. I feel like we've had great practices. I think our biggest thing is just locking down on defense, because we have the offense, we have the pieces to score, but we've been doing a lot better on the defensive side, so I'm excited for what's to come with these next couple of days.
And were there some specific things you guys worked on from the conclusion of the ACC tournament, given the way the regular season finished?
Yeah, I think we worked on everything, honestly. Transition defense, a lot of ball screen defense, talking, rotation, just defense as a whole. Just you can never be too great at defense, so just making sure that we're able to get stops.
Maggie Hendricks with Yahoo Sports. For Sonia and Hannah, did you guys do anything to kind of reset as far as maybe team building, that kind of thing, besides just what you were doing on the court to put the ACC tournament behind you?
Yeah, I know we had a couple days to kind of go back to our families or just go and reset wherever everybody went, if that was, anywhere, if they didn't see their family. But we had a couple days to reset and kind of just focus on, what's to come and just get our mental right, because, we've been through a lot of highs and lows. So just being able to reset and then come back and regroup and appreciate everything that we have in the locker room was really important.
Do you think the fact that you came back and it was spring break, you didn't have classes, you didn't have a bunch of people on campus, did that help you?
Yeah, absolutely. I was able to go back and see my family, and it was really great to just kind of get away from sports for a little bit and just kind of be able to regroup with my family.
Sonia, did you go anywhere or do anything?
Yeah, I went to Florida. Just my brother has a house there, so I got to just relax, by the pool, clear my mind. But yeah, I would also say that we also had a team dinner at Maddie's house, which was really nice. We were playing Mafia, and it was nice to just, when basketball seems like it's like the end of the world, we were just spending time together and just, it was nice.
Okay, I have to ask now, is Maddie a good cook?
She is.
Yeah.
She's really
Yeah,
good.
she's one of the
Okay,
good-
is she the best cook on the team?
I think we have a lot of good chefs on our team.
do.
honestly.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, I got to know who else.
Maddie.
Cass cooks well too.
Cass.
They're more on the healthier side too. So
Yeah, definitely healthier
good.
side.
Thank you.
Hi, Taylor Daniels, Michigan Daily. Hannah, you mentioned getting just that mental aspect right. Could both of you touch on what's your team's mentality heading into March Madness?
Honestly, I think we're just trying to give it our all. Like no matter what happens. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to be able to say that you left everything out on the court. And I think our team has so much talent, but I think what we want to prove to people is that we're going to be the hardest working team on the court. And so really just going into it with that mentality that it's win or go home. So we're going to leave every ounce of everything we have on the court.
yeah, we're trying now even more than ever to trust wholeheartedly in each other. I think that's a big thing for us, trusting that my teammate has my back. My teammate's going to be there for rotation and help and, talk to me. And it's a lot of the girls' last time putting on a Notre Dame jersey. So, just giving it everything we got, knowing that's their last time playing at the collegiate level. And I think that's a big thing. It's a lot on the line right now.
Hannah, can you talk a little bit about, you guys are a 3 seed. Is there a little bit of, we'll show you guys, can you just talk about, is there motivation in terms of that going into the tournament?
Yeah, I think we've been motivated, not so much because of our seeding, the committee that gave us the seeding that they thought we deserved, and so we're just going to take it. We're grateful for the opportunity, even to be able to play in March Madness. And, we thank God for every opportunity that we have. We get to play the game of basketball another day. A lot of teams can't say that they have that opportunity. So I think a lot of the motivation is just wanting to win, regardless of the seeding. If we had the last seeding or the first seeding, I think it's just a matter of wanting to win.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Perfection. Touch a will.
And with that, we'll open up the floor to questions for Coach Ivy.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about your opponent, what the keys are that you see?
Yeah, just a really great three-point shooting team, undersized, averaging 9 made threes a game, coming off of an incredible conference tournament championship, have won 14 straight games. So coming in with a lot of confidence and just really impressed by the way they play. They play very hard. They've got great shooters, like I mentioned, and it's going to be a task for us to do a great job defensively. That's a big piece of what we're trying to accomplish tomorrow is to be locked in defensively. But they got great scores, so we have to do a great job defending them.
How important is it for you and your team to set a tone right off the bat?
Yeah, I think that's big. I mean, the sense of urgency is at an all-time high right now. Like Hannah mentioned, everything's on the line. You win or you go home, so you have to show up with great tenacity and energy in this first game. Just coming out, opening this tournament, you have to come out with a sense of urgency and sense of just dominance and energy.
And then with regard to the style of many coaches in the game, some coaches are rocking a casual look, amazing sneakers. Some coaches have a different look. Buzz Williams at A&M, Dawn Staley. Style seems to be part of the game narrative. What are your thoughts on that? Is it about importance? Is it fun? Is it a way to bond with your team? Can you talk a little bit about the approach you have to style?
Yes, when I first got into coaching, I learned under a Hall of Fame coach, and being coached under Coach McGraw, her whole staff dressed up and then coaching with her, we dressed up. So it's kind of the fabric of Notre Dame, what I'm used to style-wise. And I think fashion, the last couple of years, it's kind of taken on a life of its own. You know, you get a chance to really showcase your personality. And for me, I like to look nice. I feel the way you look, you play good, feel good, and also just bringing power and elegance to the sideline. You know, I feel very confident in the choices that I choose as far as clothing, fashion, and it's fun, but also I feel powerful, and it's something that's just been the fabric of myself being a part of this program for a long time.
Hi, Maggie Hendricks with Yahoo Sports. Okay, since he asked a fashion question, I have to ask one too. The cross that you wear, I've always noticed that you have it every game.
Yes.
Is there any significance to it?
Well, my best friend gave it to me just as a Christmas gift, and it has my son's initials in the back side of it. I'm a very faith-based person. Spirituality and my faith is really important to me. So that's why it's just really just a special gift, but also my son's initials are in the back of it, and then just, again, my faith in God, spirituality is a big piece of me.
Okay, that's a lovely gift. You know, your players talk about what they did to put the ACC tournament. Did you take any kind of break or go anywhere? I know
I wish I could
coaches.
have gone where they went. Yeah, I did take a break. I was here in South Bend. Just took a couple days. Again, long season, and just needed like that mental break and reset and recharge, just the way that the team needed, and that's the reason why that was a big piece of giving them that time off. Got a chance to do some self-care things here in South Bend. Took a couple days just taking my mind off of basketball, but just being with friends and trying to get a lot of rest, because with this season you don't get a lot of rest as a coach, and taking some time for myself, and then just getting locked in back to film after a couple days.
And what does it say to you when you hear that once they did get into town, Maddie did a dinner, they all came together to find that chemistry again?
I love it. I think it's our culture, you know, just togetherness, sisterhood, that family atmosphere. And they told me that they had dinner, and I just loved the idea that they got a chance to get together and just be away from the game, but also connecting with each other. I think connectivity is a big piece of chemistry. And so when I found out they had dinner, it warmed my heart. I was really happy that they got a chance to spend some time together, especially from being away for a couple days.
And do you agree that Maddie's a good cook? Have you gotten to have?
I have not, but she posts a lot on social media. Like she's very, she understands her nutrition is very important to her, so it's very healthy. So I'm sure that the dishes were fantastic. They love cooking. She loves cooking, so I'm sure it was delicious. I love it. Thanks.
Hi, Taylor Daniels, Michigan Daily. A little bit of a different question, but Natalie Achanwa on the Michigan staff, returning to Notre Dame for the first time. She's coaching in March Madness. What's it like seeing a player who you've seen in the Notre Dame program come full circle in that moment?
I think it's amazing. When we saw the draw, the brackets, I was like, oh, great, you know, Ace is coming home. But she's a phenomenal woman, has had so much success as a player, and I knew that she was going to be a phenomenal coach. So for her getting her first opportunity at a story program at like Michigan is big. So I'm excited. I haven't had a chance to see her, but excited that she gets a chance to come back home. And again, she's going to be a phenomenal coach and is already doing a great job with the Michigan staff. So really proud of her, and excited that, you know, her full circle moment back in the NCAA tournament is back in Notre Dame.
And Natalie's a mom and a
Yes.
coach this year. That's an experience that she looked up to you having. She mentioned she remembers seeing Jaden on the bus, traveling with the team. Just what does it mean to you seeing her as a mom and a coach, and the experience that you've had in both of those roles?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so proud of her, and she's a phenomenal mother. I went to Paris and watched our cast prosper and Ace play, and saw Mav over there in Paris, and just, you know, he's just a happy young boy, baby boy, and you know, he's her inspiration, and you can just tell the way that she mothers. She's done just a great job, and I know it's hard balancing both, and she's a part of a family and environment there that allows her to do both. And I'm happy to be that example for her, that you can balance both worlds. You can be a mom, you can be a working mom, and also be a phenomenal mother, and that's exactly what she's doing. So I'm really proud of her. I sent her texts throughout the season just saying like how well she's doing and keep it up, because it is challenging, and she's found a way to be able to balance both and doing a great job doing that.
What's important about the visibility of seeing coaches who are moms in that role?
I mean, I think just realizing that there's balance. You can still have a work-life balance. You don't have to choose one or the other. You can still be successful and be a mother, and just being able to balance both, I think, is the significance of that. And I'm happy that I can always be a resource for her in any time that she needs, because I was just in her shoes, 20 years ago.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Corrello, AP. Any concerns about the way the team finished up the season, or are you like, oh no, I don't have to say anything, this team's got a killer instinct, it's going to emerge?
Yeah, I mean, I think that those were setbacks for us. I think there was lessons for us. It was definitely hard the last couple of weeks, trying to get back to who we are, our identity. So got to get back to work. It's part of the game, and as long as you learn from those lessons, those failures, they can always provide growth, and that's what I'm looking for our team. And we had some great practices, time off for us to regroup. And tomorrow, you're going to see a different team, a team that's going to, what I want to see, what the crowd to see is a team that is going to leave it all on the floor, kind of like what Sony said, but also just playing with a different level of tenacity defensively. That's a big area that I'm trying to fix.
We'll go over to Zoom, and a question from Madeline Kenny.
Hi, Madeline Kenny from the New York Post. I have two questions for you, but, having dealt with some of the adversity late in the season, how does being able to play this first game and potentially first two games on your own home court just give you guys an advantage, knowing that you've had so much success there this season?
Yeah, I mean, just being familiar here at home. We put in the work all season long, had an extremely tough schedule, put ourselves in position to host, so I'm super grateful. But it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter who we play seeding. You have to come up and show up for 40 minutes, and that's my level of focus for this team. It feels great, obviously, to be at home, but also this is March Madness. It does not matter any given night. Any team can beat you, so you have to have that mindset coming in no matter where you are, that you have to show up and play great basketball for 40 minutes.
And then I have a question about Olivia Miles, just, her journey at Notre Dame, overcoming an injury, becoming, a lottery pick, her stock in the WNBA rising this season. Just how proud are you of her accomplishments? And what do we maybe not know about this journey that she's been on that makes it even more special? Yeah,
she's, just had an incredible season. And like you mentioned, her injury, she had to battle through a lot of adversity with her ACL. She's come back super strong and has had an incredible year, and she's done so much. And when she came back, first triple-double, her first return was just phenomenal to have her come back, going through so much. She put in so much work in the offseason, having a very, very long road before she came back. And it's just, for me, I'm just really proud. I've been through 2 ACLs, so I know how that feels, having the game taken away from you and having to fight to come back is stronger than you were before. And I think she's done a great job of leading our team, coming in with such dominance and confidence, and has really changed the team this year, having her back. And I think there's a big difference when she's on the floor. So I'm really proud of her and what she's accomplished already, and excited what she's going to continue doing.
Is there any change of, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Is there, just one last question, I just thought of it. Is there any change of, or what's the difference in a mindset for a senior who this is like their last time at the NCAA tournament, and just everyone wants to leave it out on the floor, but it's just, I'm sure it's different for a senior, right?
It is. I think it's just like that thought of like this could be it. So that sense of urgency is very heightened as a senior, because at any given time you don't have another year. This is you have to leave it all on the floor. There's no more basketball after this, knowing that you're one and done, you win or go home. So it's heightened. So the pressure is heightened, but also just that level of urgency is a lot higher than it is of anybody else returning, having more years in college. So it's heightened, but it's also exciting because seniors are going to give it their all, because this is it for them.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, that'll wrap things up. Thank you so much, Coach
Thank
Ivey,
you.
for joining us.
Thanks.